Hello, Jan here. It's Poppy's Creations. You should know that, you've just clicked on it. In a recent video I spoke about a lady who was coming to help me with my overlocker, which unfortunately was unsuccessful. No fault of hers, it's just we just couldn't figure it out, but I have since. And she also said that she was having to clear out of her craft things, and did I want to have a look, see if there was anything I wanted? Silly question, really. So I'll show you the picture now, what I had out of it, but there was in total 5 big boxes. Sharon had some, and then we folded what was left from that onto a hairdresser who's also a crafter, who will then forward onto a lady who deals with a dementia group, and she said they can try and sell or use the bits that they have for in the group as well. So it's great. It just got spread around everywhere, and brought lots of smiles to faces. So this is the picture. Now I'm going to show you. I'm going to start with the big box. There's lots of variety of the things. I hope you don't get bored, but I know some of you will love to see it. So it's a bit of a unboxing, I suppose you'd say. Right, so let's start. Now, there was a lot of birthday and Easter cards, blank cards, so they're already in my card drawer. And there's lots of gift cards, and I've just made a load of gift cards, but you can never have enough. And also I've also got them if anybody should say I haven't got one, and I say I have. There's a few nice cards. That's a sort of, I don't know if it is. Yeah, it is a William Morris print. And then I've got a lot of envelopes, which are always really handy. And so that's all those envelopes. A little bit of cellophane there, which is adhesive. There's 3 staplers. I think I kept one for a spare, and the others got passed on, I think, to our hairdresser. But there's a box of staples. There's this sheet of what we call sticky back plastic. I don't know what you call it. Tell me in the comments if it's wrong. But it's quite nice. It's good to cover a storage box or something. There's a lot of these bottle bags. They're all going with my gift bags. There's this, I think this is adhesive. It's adhesive like cork mat, and I'm not sure really what to do with it, but I'm looking at it now and I wonder if I could sit it under my overlocker, because it's that shape and it might just absorb some of the noise. Good idea, Jan. A couple more gift bags, more envelopes. This happens to be a tissue wrap for wrapping a present up, as it comes with a gift tag. More envelopes, yeah, more envelopes. More envelopes. This, we're going to put this actually in the sheet. It's for putting business cards in. And here's the stapler I mentioned. This is a post-it note thing, which is always very good, especially when I'm wading through magazines and books. Basically, projects, that's it. Another lot of tissue paper. It's been a few weeks since I got this, and I've forgotten already. Now, this is a circle template. As you know, if you've been watching for a while, I've got a few templates. This is quite a good one because it's different sizes of circles. I really need one like this for my sCreations. I need to look at that so that instead of having to draw them out myself. But sometimes it's handy if you're just doing a drawing. I'm not sure I'm going to get used to this, but it's a card for baby granddaughter, but I might know someone that needs one. Another one for baby. Another one and another one. More envelopes, this time with windows in. I don't like painting, and this is a small watercolour pad. It's not got a lot left in there, but it's always useful. This is a journal. Well, it's not really even for a journal, it's just for making notes. This is, I remember telling me about this. This is a metal plate which you can use through the sCreations cutting machine. This one's a lined. I've got a few of these, but they do come in handy. And then we've got another book with lines. Takes me back to us being at school, they do. Now this is something, there was a lot of zips. So I'm already thinking of projects that I can use these for. In fact, I had one in mind the other day, but I'm wondering now if they're too long. But there was a lot. I've got those. I think there's probably some more in there. Sharon had a bundle as well. Nice old-fashioned zips, ones I think are better because they're metal. More cards, this time for Easter, so they might get used soon, even though I don't usually send them, but I've got them. This is a bag with bunting in. Literally bought that actually for the Queen's celebrations this year, but fortunately, obviously, Queen died. But I'm keeping them, and I'm likely to use them for one of our garden parties. And then we've got another notebook. My magnificent notebook of stuff. This was a bit of it's like a muslin, and I decided to have this because I thought that would actually make quite a nice light top for summer. I'm not quite sure yet. There's quite a bit there. Then there's lots of waxed, or not really waxed, but waterproof fabric, which I'm sure I can find a project for. It's got sort of bits and pieces of that, so there's no huge thing, but I'm hoping there'll be a piece big enough, or I can add it into to make some aprons. I'm sure some of you have got ideas, but I'm going to find, as I say, find a project for that. And I've got, this is a nice piece of fabric. Again, that's in a couple of pieces. I do like that, that's really nice. A nice piece of jersey, it's cotton jersey, pink. Again, would make some nice top or something. What do you call it? It's like, I don't know what the material is, but it's quite heavy, very light. It's heavy as in it hangs nice. It's almost like a scarf. If you'd have a nice scarf or shawl. God, I've forgotten how much good stuff there was in here. This is another jersey again. It's got butterflies on it. And there's quite a bit there of that. Oh, I'm salivating at what I'm going to do with this now. Stop me. The thoughts are going around in my head again. Some candles. Now these, they're so slimline, they're not sort of candles I would necessarily use, but I did think I'd just use them to melt down to make my candles, as you've seen in one of my videos before. Sharon bought me a candle making kit, didn't she? So I'll probably put that in with that. These hooks, I'm not quite sure what they're for, but I'm sure I could use them in a project. They're just like almost like a is it called a Caribbean, isn't it? Or Carib, you know what I mean. So there's a bag of those. Very handy jar, a sealed jar, which might end up being used in the kitchen rather than anywhere else. That's nice. As an old, it's just random, some of these things. Yeah, this is like a level, spirit level, and I don't really know what use I would have for that. But who knows? There were some patterns. I've got some, I don't know if I kept them all because a lot of them weren't for my size, but this is a pattern for a cropped top and culottes. So I kept that because you never know. You can see in the picture there. More cards? Yep, more cards. I'm sure you have room upstairs for these cards, but I'm certainly not getting rid of them. That's a lot of money saved. I'm going to start sending cards just for the sake of it. This is jewellery making. These are, I suppose you could use them to make things to hang up or something, but this is like a choker type necklace. And as you know, I've got lots of beads, so I might make a few of those. I think I'm going to have to get myself a cleaner, a domestic, so that I can just get on with crafting instead. Some rope. I've got some of this already upstairs actually, so it'd be good to have with that as well. I'm looking at this. We've just booked to have a macrame lesson, and I'm going to ask the lady if she minds if I film, so you'll have a look at that. Now there's socks. She made a couple of sort of sock people and things. Not sure if I've got it, well, I think they're upstairs, but I kept these because I'd like to have a go. And some really long socks to make another sock person, which I want to have a go at. More elastic, always handy. That's assuming that's not broken down, but I don't think so. It seems okay. So that will go in amongst there. A rug hook I've already got, but need a spare. This is one of the tissue, I've made them before, tissue holders. This is done in a slightly different way. I think I prefer the way I did it. It's easier to get the tissues out, to be honest, but it's very clever. And these I think I might just put in my box where I keep gifts. You know, say going somewhere you ever need a gift, as long as it's appropriate for that person. And this is quite a nice sewing kit for other friends on the outside. There was quite a few of these. I think Sharon had some and some got passed on, but little they're craft clamps, so if you glue in something and need it to be held obviously together for a while, they're quite handy. So I'm going to have to find somewhere to keep those, or maybe I could use that jar and keep them in there. There was lots of scissors. Sharon had all the others, but another spare pair of scissors. These are all cut out. Well, they're like padded butterflies. A whole bag of those. These are like white balls on a pin, which I'm assuming could be used if you're doing flower arranging and things, or anything like that, and you can stick them in the oasis. I do love when I'm doing a project to say I've got just the thing. I'm sitting in the living room, by the way, because these boxes are so heavy and I didn't really want to, not feeling very energetic to take them upstairs. I did try, actually, I thought in the bedroom, but then the lighting, well, you know, the lighting in this house is appalling. Because it's old, it's got small windows, and this time of day, it's just lunchtime now. For some reason, because it's winter, it just doesn't get very light. I've got every single light in this room on, and it's still difficult, so I apologise if the lighting's poor for you. Anyway, back to what I was doing. This is a whole big reel. This was 15 millimetres, 100 metres of it, and it's taut polyester ribbon. Now that's got to be handy for maybe drawstring on something, or even if I want to do it to make my seams extra professional, and I can sew that on the inside as well. Hook and loop, look at them. I won't need hook and loop for a long time. Admittedly it's black, but I'm sure I can make it work. So I just only used a couple of bits off of that, and it's 25mm, 25 metres of. It's quite a lot, isn't it? And how many projects do you have that you need a lot of that? We're in that space, guys. Well, it's from Body Shop actually, the bag, but I was really pleased with this. Glue sticks, and they're all glitter glue sticks. Now I've got these in the hope that they'll work with my glue gun. I think they're universal. Probably not knowing my luck, but I don't know what I said. I'm being very lucky. Why did I say that? Yeah, so I've got hundreds in there of glue sticks that are glitter, so that's something different as well. There's a frame, which is a very nice frame. Oh, just a random knitting pattern, which I quite liked actually. I think my little granddaughter would probably like those. I don't know what age it goes, up to 22 inch. That's not very big, but it's a nice easy pattern, so I'll add that into my knitting patterns. Yeah, so the rest of those more zips, just put those in with the others. I know I have got one myself, but you can make bags purely out of zips. I think that they're quite likely a continuous long zip, but which I've got some of those as well, but I must be able to find projects for that. Some more rope, white soft rope, and there's a random little Christmas decoration. little angel. Right, I'm going to put this all back in the box now, then I'll show you the other box. Right, box 2. There was 2 of these. I've got one and Duncan's got one for his crafting, his train kit. These I was really excited about because they're nice long pins. I borrow sometimes Sharon's, but they're just long dressmaking pins, and so yeah, they're pretty. And because they've got these coloured ends on them, they're easy to find on the fabric. There's a key ring. There's lots of, well, there's other key fob things on it with my jewellery key making or key fob making kit. Another little one there, which is nice. So that's those, and then lots, you can see here, lots of ribbon. Be useful. A little bit of gold ribbon trim. Too many to go through, but there's a lot in there, believe me. It's quite nice, but it's like a cotton lace. That's going to be... all I keep thinking is bags. You know what, I'm like bags mad. I like making my bags. That's that. Very handy box. I haven't had a day yet where I can put all this away. Okay, we have numerous pieces of fabric. Excitement. That's a nice one. And this one. And there's a few like fat quarters. And there's that one. Like a paisley pattern. Another paisley pattern. Oh, these are random things. I say I'll just show you one thing that she'd made and I decided to keep. And that was that. I think she's really cute. This little one. I'm funny with things like that. I think I couldn't not have that. It's just too cute, and you just feel like you're abandoning them. Quite sure what I'm going to. I think he could actually live. If I did a bag or something for my grandchildren, he could actually hang on that. I think that's a Beatrix Potter, and that's a Beatrix Potter. Birds. I've really got to get on and start making some stuff, and I say, as I always say, I'm going to try and make things to sell on. This was a sample, I think, because I can feel a label on it somewhere, but it's yeah, sample. It's called Botanical. Nice piece again. When I first got this, I didn't actually open them all up because I was just trying to choose quickly. Because what it was, she said, take, you know, have a look through the boxes, see what you want. But there was so much. In the end, I just said, let me take them all. If you're happy with that, and then I'll choose what I want. And that's how it ended up with Sharon and going on from there. And when I got home, I was just like, kid in a sweet shop, and there's lots of this. This again, it's like a curtain material. It's quite heavy duty. It's quite nice. That one is. This one, I'm discovering them with you guys. Look at that. How sweet is that? Look, it's sheep. It's very thin. I'm not quite sure what I could use that for. No doubt a project may come to mind. Flowers. This is like a tartan. Butterflies. I like this one. Always like butterflies. I've learned recently, actually, from Sharon, because I don't follow fashion. I just like what I like. Apparently, checkers is back in fashion, so I was considering doing some checkered bags to try and sell, but not just plain checker. I'd wondered whether to mix. I suppose that'd be more patchwork, but have two patterns and then checker them rather than mix them all up. See how that would turn out. This is like I suppose this might have been I couldn't see where else it would be actually. That would be quite sort of satin background, like for a curtain or something. If I really can't find room for this, or really not sure about projects, I mean I took what I liked, so, but if not, I will give it to Emmaus, the charity, and I'm sure someone will turn up and will like them. This, another nice one, another paisley. Not sure what colour that other paisley was. It looks like, what's the name of the bags? I can't remember. You know, the fashionable bag with a dotty dog on it. Radley in it, I think. More butterflies and a bit more of this as well. It's hard to concentrate on looking at this because I'm thinking, what can I make? Like a retro pattern. More butterflies. Like a lavender background with tiny butterflies on. It's very pretty. So some of these aren't big enough to make a big project, but I can include them in other projects. So this is a nice one. We've got a polka dot. I don't know, like a pinky brown colour, but it's a polka dot. And we've got stripes. It's a really nice piece of cotton. Polka dots again, but a bit closer together. Just leaves. A whole wad there of what you could use for quilting, and well, you know, it's like you look on YouTube and there's people that can, what you can make out of a fat quarter. Well, I'll have to take that a look, won't I? That one, so like red and blues, elephants, cherries and flowers, retro style, green flowers. Like that one, that's a different one. That one, white flowers, a paisley. More flowers. These are sort of these can all be like mix and match together. This one's got hearts in it. Blue tits, I think it is. Oh, this is sweet. Again, this could be all put together. So there's blue tits there and there, and then we've got more flowers and more flowers. Oh, there's some more of that nice one I showed earlier. It's pink and white. Rabbits on. Willow pattern. Black background, white roses, hollows, branches and flowers, more paisley. One's quite hard to see actually, can't really show you on camera, but it's Paddington Bear. Now this is lovely, if you like chickens. I can get it open, I'll show you. Chickens. Pictures on, fabric with pictures on. There. It's like a panel, I think. I'm not quite sure. I do like that. Something you could put in a frame, isn't it? If you've got walls in your craft room, unlike me. Maybe I could do that actually. Maybe I could frame that. Whereas if you've got a holiday hut, a theme, a seaside theme in your bathroom or somewhere. This is nice and bright. It just seems to be a tablecloth, I think, because it's already been edged. That's quite nice. There's more of that bathroom theme, or seaside theme, sorry. Some would call it nautical. This is, I'm not quite sure what this is. It's got like a hessian. It's not really red, it's like a very, very, very deep pink. Childlike one. Lots of baby animals on there. That's a strange one. It looks like robot heads on there, but I don't know, not sure if it is. There's another piece of sort of hessian in a charcoal grey. It's the sort of fabric you have on cushions, or I suppose like for deck chairs really. It's quite a nice stripe. I've got some of that in a different colour up in the craft room actually. I've got a piece of heavy cotton red. And you've got, this is quite almost luxurious looking. It's I think that's leaves and flowers, if you can tell on there. It's another heavy cotton and red. Oh, what can I make? What can I make? It says, it's got writing on it. What does it say? Oh, it's Little Red Riding Hood on there. It says, there she is. Little Red Riding Hood. We've got another child sort of print with lions, well, other animals, there's giraffes and birds and that as well. Is another one similar? Ah, this is like a Russian doll. That's asking to be a cushion cover, isn't it? Oh, this is a little dress that was made. It was not quite, I've kept it in case it would fit my granddaughter. I think it's adorable, look at that. And it's been really well made. It's got a nice, it might even be reversible because it's got plain green on the inside as well. It's not been finished, it's still got a hem, but that's just been really well made. The thing is, I've got all this here because I like it. But if Sharon needs something and it's not in here, then obviously she can use it as well. This is another nice piece of fabric. They're filled up really good quality fabrics, these. She must have spent a lot of money on these over the years. This is quite nice. Again, I think could be a cushion cover, at least one side of, with what the clock's on. These, I think, again, are curtain samples. There's a few there. That one, that one, that one, that one, and that one. Again, asking to be cushions. This is another sample. You can just tell because it's got like a, oh here, what does it say? Monet design, curtains and upholstery, yeah. So this is a nice one, very nice. On the lines of a Cath Kidston type fabric, that is. Been meant to be a cushion because it's cut to that size. Another one there, this is that on that side and plain on the other, so again I think could be a cushion. This is nice. More of that one again, that's really pretty. And they've got more birds. All of that in a different colour. I'm not very good with names of fabrics, but that's for shiny, is that one. That one, flowers, polar bear. Another child fabric. Now look at this is adorable. Look at that. Farm dogs, 2 happy pigs, it says, bunny. I'm getting buried behind the fabric. More of those Radley Scotty dogs. Does it say it's Radley, I wonder? No, it says Clark and Clark. And it says it's Scotty's, but it's the same dog. That's another retro. Near in the bottom of the box. Some of you asked for this. It's your fault. Nice stripe. So that stripe is sort of raised slightly. It's quite nice. Again, that's been hemmed. I don't know. Oh, hang on a minute. Ah, I reckon that's a table runner. Because it's quite long and narrow, and it's already been hemmed, as I say. Another nice big chunk of hessian. This one's like another sort of bluey grey. This one is ladies' shoes. Yeah. High heels. This one's a nice stripe, like a suit sort of fabric really. This one's good. It's got maps on. Nice big heavy chunk again. Look at that. There's a huge piece of that. I think that's about it. So that's that. Look out for these fabrics. If you're ever going to remember, try and put these away. What I'm going to have to do, I think, is go through my fabrics, and there's fabrics that have sat there for a long time that I may not use, so I may have to send those to the charity because someone else could have a use for them. I'll put these in there as well, back in the shelves in their place. It's going to be difficult though, because I find it very hard to get rid of stuff, but definitely need to organise. Who knows, I might do a video of me trying to organise that and decide if that's something you'd like to see, let me know. But that's it for now, and I'm still trying to finish my quilt, so I will be finishing that off very soon, and I'll film that for you. I'm very pleased with progress so far. Yep, so happy crafting, and I shall see you next time. Bye.